Hello everybody. I've just turned you on. I'm getting to my chair. Hello there. Right. So, today's witterings from the cupboard in Cornwall. First thing to report is that actually it's a bit grey out there. There's not a lot of sunshine, but it's not raining. And so that's nice, isn't it? It's good. Yeah, love it. So, this has all gone a bit fast for me. There we are. I spent best part of yesterday working out technicals of how to get you to be able to see this easy enough. So I played YouTube yesterday. I've made myself a new channel. It's called Abby Ann Patchwork. I'm saying that now while I'm thinking of it because actually I didn't get my homework done yesterday. So yesterday we were talking about we're possibly going to be making a quilt, and we're going to call it Witter, Stash and Scrap. And I did fully intended to do a traditional piece block ready for this morning to go. Hello, here we are. Didn't happen, got a bit busy. So what I have managed to do is raid my stash for all sorts of lovely things ready to play. Now I want to recap on yesterday because I feel that I could have done a better job yesterday. I was very disjointed and very distracted by eggs. And I had the boys outside the cupboard bashing and crashing and roofing and doing all sorts, and I was so distracted I really didn't give you my full attention, so I do apologise for that. So I want to just go over what we did yesterday and see is everybody happy, and hopefully you're all going to take part. So we're going to do a quilt. We've decided there's going to be sashings. We'll do up to sort of 12 blocks. We might keep going because you might like some of these techniques, you might not like. So we'll just keep going for as long as it takes. Okay, so we're aiming at a 12-inch finished square. So when you're doing your making, allow your seam allowance around the outside edge, so your 1/4 of an inch. So we're sort of looking at 12.5. If it comes out a bit bigger, we can chop it back down. If it comes out too small, one of the other things I tend to do is I make it a little bit smaller again, and then I'll put a frame around it and make it purpose. If in doubt you don't like something, I always feel if you've not got time to redo it, or you don't want to unpick things, because I don't believe in unpicking because we have no rights or wrongs, and we don't have unpickers, we have learning tools. I make things purpose. All right, so if you've got a bit of fabric that doesn't look quite right there, okay, so we'll put another bit of that fabric somewhere else and make it purposeful. Make it look like it was always planned. Okay, so design development nicely covered up. We like these. So what I have done is I've raided my stash. Okay, so I said find 2 bits of fabric that you got quite a bit of in your scraps or whatever. So I found these 2. There's actually quite a bit of each of those. I think there's a metre on that, and there's a wholly metre or 2/3 or something. I don't know, there's a big bit of that anyway. So they're going to be my 2 main colours that I'm going to put within all the blocks that I'm going to play with you. And then I've just got all sorts. Everything that I think might actually go with it. That looks like it's the end of a jelly roll or something. It's a moda, whatever. There's some nice bit of tilde there. We've got some very nice macawas going on. Whatever I've got to hand, all right? So I'm going to play with those. So when you're making your blocks, all right, so we're going to keep these 2 in every block. And then you can add in as many others as you want that go with it. You might only have them in 1 block, they might be in 2 or 3 throughout. So it's really whatever you want to do with it, okay? So that's your scrap, that's your stash. Or you could just have all sorts of new stuff. That's always good too. So we're going to do this block is going to be a traditional piece block, please. Any pattern that you like. So you could have a nice simple 9 patch, you could have a star, you could have a log cabin type thing, but that's all piecing where we join things together. So I did sort of go through yesterday briefly, getting everything accurate, girls and boys, everything accurate. As soon as you start, if you start with the accuracy, it's going to come out fabulously and it's going to go together like bricks. If you imagine you're building a house, and if you've got the wrong size brick in the wrong hole, it ain't going to work, is it, without an awful lot of cement? So we can bodge an awful lot. I am queen of bodger, but sometimes, you know, there's issues. We always have buttons though, and we always have embellishments, so that's never an issue really, I suppose. But there we go. So we're doing a piece block, please. I've got something in mind for tomorrow So tomorrow is a different block again. All right, so we've got today doing the piece block. I have uploaded a little video on how to nest your seams. Okay, so when you're joining two strips of patchwork, they've got joins in, yeah, so you're putting them together, how to nest those seams nicely. All right, how to take up any slack by moving your seams backwards and forwards and making it look lovely. Start from the center always with your pinning and it will look fab. All right, so that's today's piecing. Look, I've even, look, running order. So right, so we're recap 12 blocks, so we've done that. We're scrap and stash, so we've done that. First block I've just told you all about. Piecing any pattern you fancy, 2 tie fabrics. Oh, don't swear. So as I say, they're my 2 big pieces that I shall ensure that go throughout my quilt. Right, job done. So moving on, because we like to do this, I've put an egg timer on down below. Well, no, I suppose it's a kitchen timer, isn't it? For 15 minutes. I'll just tell you this now. So if you can hear a ticking, it's not a bomb or me. It's me egg timery thing down here. Because I figure 15 minutes is enough of me every day or thereabouts. I don't want to bore you, but at the same time, I want us all doing things. Yeah. So, what did we do yesterday? Name badges. That was the other thing, wasn't it? Name badges. Or whatever you want to call yourself, all right? Any method you want. How lovely is that? For me, as a tutor, as I say, absolute bliss if you've all got your names on. All good, all good. So we tick that one off. I'm not going to tell you what we're doing tomorrow. That's going to be a surprise because I hope to get that actually made this afternoon so that I can give you nice examples of what we're doing. So I'm not going to do that, but I shall put a nice big star and a circle so that I hopefully do it later. All right, so what else did we go? Oh, nip over onto YouTube and would you please subscribe onto my channel? It makes life so much easier, apparently. I'm not quite sure why I'm saying that, but this is apparently what we do. It's not going to cost you anything, but I think that way you can find what I do quite easily. All right, so that would be good. How far are we out of time? I can't see. My little piglet's hiding. Right, okay, so what else has gone on? What else has gone on? Oh, a nice mess in my cupboard. I was considering, and I will only say considering, having a little bit of a tidy. Now that I've let you all in to see what goes on, I can't be quite as messy as I possibly normally am. So I've cleared off this end nicely. All ready to go. Oh, you don't want to see that end. Thomas the cat has found himself a new bed today. I'll show you in a minute. He's actually on the floor in one of my tubs where I started tidying things up. He's got in there and thinks that's very lovely. He came running in this morning going wow, 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 as you do as a cat, which automatically makes me think, has he brought a mouse in? But he hadn't, so we're all good. And he's put himself in with a little Christmas bauble that he plays football with. So he's actually quite happy this morning, and he, as I say, he is here and about. So what else is going on in life? We know about the Exeter show has now been postponed. Fabulous, well done, Grosvenor. I think that's good. Have you all checked on your mates who are all at home on their own? I think that's very important because there's a lot of us that will be in the isolated type things at the minute. Basically, we all need to be happy and cheered along and all the rest of it because there's enough doom and gloom out there for the whole world, isn't there? We don't need that. We need a bit of happiness, I feel. And stroking of fabric. And stroking of fabric. If in doubt and you're a little bit down, into your bestest pile of fabric, find the brightest colour. Okay, you can do this for me later. We can do this as a bit of exercise. So find your brightest colours and we're going to put them all out on the table and you're going to talk to them, okay? And you're going to tell them how lovely they are and how much they mean to you, and you're going to give them a little stroke. All right, you might open them out and have a look at them fully because very often we don't get the full effect until you open your fabric properly. So look like this one, see? Open that up, oh, see, tell him how lovely he is. All right, so nice pattern going on there, very pretty. So when you've done that, you can pile them all up nicely and put them back to bed. And don't you feel better for that? it will also, I might be barking mad, but there is a little bit of a method to my madness in this one. If we're all stuck indoors, not doing a lot, we need some exercise, don't we? Yeah, I reckon. And when I'm teaching and doing classes, I do recommend that we all get off from our machines and we do a little bit of the old, you know, and oh, I don't want to do too much, I don't need it. But yeah, so get yourself going, and by having a little bit of a moment to bring your stash out, talk to it is probably optional in truth, and then we're going to put it all back neatly and tidily. Now, if you just spent 5 minutes every day having just a little bit of a potter in a little tiny area of your workroom, we might actually get this all absolutely pristine by the time we get to the end of wherever it is we're going. I think that could be a bit of a plan myself. I really do. So that's another little task for you today, and I think we ought to do that every day. When you get up from your machine, that is the only other thing that I need to mention in here, I feel. Whatever your stitch setting was, make sure you've written it down and turn your machine off. Yeah, because what tends to happen is we leave them on, walk off and do stuff. We forget what we're doing and the bulbs burn out in your machines. Why leave them on? You wouldn't leave your car running for an hour or half an hour or go and get a cup of tea. You would normally switch it off, wouldn't you? So really, we probably need to do that with our machines as well. But do write down where you are, what you're doing, what the sizes are, so that when you come back from your exercises and tidying, off you go again. So I reckon that's possibly enough of me at you today. As I say, I will be doing this daily as far as I possibly can, and we're going to build this up into a witter quilt with me telling you all sorts of daft things in between. Okay, I will demonstrate a few techniques here and there if I can get my head around doing the camera-y thing, and I might have to employ somebody to do that. I wonder where Paul is. Paul's the hubby. He's the long-suffering other half of mine, and I have to say he's gorgeous. That's why I married him. He's very, very tolerant of me and what I do, and an awful lot of my regular ladies and gents know him. And he's given up now after however many years trying to beat it. As they say, if you can't beat it, join it. So he has in fact made a couple of quilt tops before now, which is quite amazing, and he's looking forward to binding one soon. He actually said the other day, I need to bind that, and I was like, ooh, hang on, we're getting there. He's acted as able assistant on many occasions for classes and retreats and things like that, so quite a few of you at shows and that have seen him. And the latest thing that we've had him doing, his actual want, is he's done all of his training to become a sewing machine engineer. How good is that? So when I blow things up and overdo them, and I do mistreat my machines, I have to say, I do sort of mistreat them a bit. I've got an on-hand engineer. It's absolutely fabulous. I love it. Absolutely love it. So if in doubt and he's at home and he's bored, get him involved. First thing Paul ever did was we were on retreat in Ireland. Fabulous place, west of Ireland. Hello Irish ladies if you're watching. I see them quite often. Lovely ladies and gents, because there are a couple of gents attached to the ladies that I know, so we have to be fair. And I had with me at the time some charm packs, just 5-inch squares, and Paul was a little bit bored at the time, so I said, well, why don't you put those together? And I showed him how to actually machine these together using the 1/4-inch foot, and before I know it, he had a quilt top. Truly amazing, and it's not stopped. It's very good. Plus I send him out to work as well. You know, we have to have some, yeah, some of the normal. So anyway, that's enough wittering for today, I feel. Okay, so I'll be back tomorrow. I do actually have a plan for a block tomorrow, as I say, I'm going to try and do some samples up ahead so that I can show you what the hell I'm trying to tell you to do, because it's a little bit of a mix match of a traditional block with a bit of an idea that I picked up at when I was doing my City and Guilds 20 plus years ago. Yeah, another designer has a way of doing Pauline Burbage, that's it, Pauline Burbage. A lovely little way that she works with things. So I'm going to show you my take on that though. It's been inspired by her, so credit where it's always due, please. but it's something that I like to do with my class because we land up getting several things with one go. But I'm going to keep that for tomorrow. All right, so that's a bit of a mystery. Now I'm going to have to get up and walk around the table again as normal to turn you all off. All right, so just to be saying, everybody take care. Have an absolutely fabulous day. Smile, all right? Try going in the mirror and go like that. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. And talk to your friends. Hey, up! My piglet's just got off. Oh, where are we? Oh, I've got a piglet. That's Laura's piglet that I nicked out the kitchen because I wanted, you know, one of those old-fashioned alarm clocks with the bells. I was going to put that on the side then, let it go at 15, but I couldn't find one anywhere. So I've got a piglet instead, but that's all good. I'm going to come and turn you off, but as I come round, I'm going to pick the camera up and hopefully not give you a headache when I go whizzy around and show you where Tom's put himself today. Right, here I come. I'm now about to pick you all up. Hopefully I won't drop you. There we are. I'm coming round the cupboard gently, slowly. Okay, now a bit of a mess going on there, but look. Can you see? Where is he? This is difficult because everything's back to front here. Hold on. Do you know what? Can I do that? Look, I'm here. Oh, hello. Do it that way. He's in there. Can you see him? He thinks I've gone barking mad. And he's probably right. You have a little fuss in there. There we go. Have a happy day, everybody.